Hello. It is middle of the night right now. It's like 12:26 a.m. So, I don't know, I guess it's not really that late, but I wanted to make this video. I don't really know why, but I'm making it anyways. Um, how I found out I was pregnant. Well, first of all, I wasn't expecting it at all. It's not like I wasn't being careful or anything. I mean, like, it's not like I planned on having a baby at 17. I found out the week after my 17th birthday that I was pregnant, and it was 5 weeks when I found out, or 5-ish weeks. But before that, I had no idea, and it was really weird because, like, I wasn't taking the test because I thought I might be pregnant. I was taking it with my friend because my friend thought she was pregnant and she was like, I don't want to take this alone. Take it with me. So I was like, okay, I'll take one and you take one. I mean, we weren't together. I was with my boyfriend and she was wherever she was. I don't even remember. But she didn't want to do it alone. So she ended up not being pregnant and I was. So computer screen went black. Sorry. Um, that's how I found out. Wasn't expecting it. I wasn't supposed to get my period until later that month. Um, that's how I found out. And I was sorry, with my boyfriend at the time. And, we weren't expecting it to be positive or anything like that. So I came out of the bathroom and he was like, so did it come back negative or positive or something like that? And it was like, I'm pregnant. And he was like, no, you're not. Like, I am. And I showed him the test. And he cried. And I felt like a terrible person because I knew he didn't want a baby. And it was really shitty at first because I knew everyone was going to be mad at me and everyone was going to hate me, especially my family and stuff. But on to how I told everyone, and I just told you how I told her father. Um, we were walking back from where we were because we were getting food, and we ran into two of my friends. Yeah, there were only two because it was Robbie and Sam. Not that you have any idea who those people are, but Sam was like, "What's wrong? You look so sad," or "You look like something's bothering you or something." So I pulled her aside. I was like, well, I just found out I was pregnant. And she was like, what? No, you're lying to me. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And, that was my first friend to know. And, of course, all my friends eventually found out anyways. But, my, well, we were walking back to my house, me and my boyfriend, after we hung out with my friends for a little bit. And, it was just, I couldn't stop thinking about how to tell my mom, because that's who I lived with. I was like, she's gonna hate me, she's gonna kick me out, she's gonna have a whole bunch of shit to say, which she did. Computer screen went black again. So, we were just laying in bed, watching TV. I can't fucking take this anymore. So, I grabbed my phone and I called my mom, and she was at work, so she didn't answer. I sent her a text message and it said, I need to tell you something. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm pregnant. So she was like, you're not living in my house with a baby. So I was like, okay, I guess. I was gonna have nowhere to go. I started packing my shit, and then she leaves work early and comes home and comes in my room. And she's like, why are you packing? Why are you packing all your shit? And he was like, you told me I wasn't staying here with you, with a baby, blah, blah, blah. And, well, before I go any further, my mother is an absolutely terrible person. I don't live with her anymore. I guess at some point in the future, I will make a video about how terrible of a person she actually is. Because, oh, I just hate her so much. Oh. But yeah, she was going through, like, one of her 5 minute nice phases. And she's like, we'll work through it, blah, blah, blah. And just shit like that. So, that's how I told her. My dad didn't find out until maybe a week later. And I did not know that my father didn't know. Because my mother, once my mom found out, and I don't know why it's like this, but it seems like whenever a mother finds out that their teenage daughter is pregnant, they have to call every goddamn person they know and tell them. So my mom pretty much called everyone she knew and told them. So, and she told me she told my dad, so I assumed he knew. And a week later, once again, my mom was being a horrible person, and she kicked me out of my house, so, excuse me. Um, I was staying at my friend's house, and my dad called me, and, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm at my friend's house right now because mom kicked me out again, because that was, like, a thing she did all the time, for absolutely no reason to. She was just like, I don't want you here. Leave. But whatever. And he was like, well, why? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, well, what are you gonna do about it? Like, where are you gonna go? And I was like, well, I'm at my friend's house right now, and I really don't want to go back because she's a fucking psycho and I don't want her around my kid. And he was like, what do you mean you don't want her around your kid? And I was like, exactly what I said. I don't want to raise a kid around her. And he was like, you're pregnant? I was like, yeah, I thought you knew. And he was like, no, I didn't know. Why would I know? And I was like, his mom said she told you. And he was like, she didn't tell me anything. And of course, being the father to a 17-year-old pregnant daughter, he was like, well, you better consider your options. And I was like, Dad, I'm not getting an abortion. Because abortion was never an option to me. Like, I feel like it was just never an option. I don't believe in it. I don't judge other people for getting abortions. It's your life. Do what you want. And this is my life, and I chose not to get one. If you get pregnant at 17 and you choose to get an abortion, your decision. But it was just never an option for me. So, my dad got really, really mad at me. And it's messed up. The same day, it was like 5 minutes after I got off the phone with my dad, um, I was talking to my boyfriend. He was at my friend's house with me. And I was like, how do you feel about this? And he told me he wanted me to get an abortion. And obviously, considering it was never an option to me, he's like, if you're, like, what did I say to him? And I was like, fine, if you really don't want this baby and you don't want to be a father, then we can break up right now and you can just be uncle. I'm not gonna say any names, but I said uncle and then his name, and that really pissed him off. And I guess I should mention it now. He's not in my daughter's life at all. He was more worried about drugs, and still to this day is more worried about drugs and his friends and cheating on, well, I guess obviously not cheating on me anymore since we aren't together, but while we were together, more worried about cheating on me and his friends and drugs and blah blah blah. He's never done anything for her, never given her a dime, nothing, whatever. I'm not really gonna get into that right now. I just, I don't know, I felt the need to throw that in there. Um, when I found out I was pregnant, like, tests, the reaction to the positive test, um, I didn't, computer screen keeps going black. I wasn't, um, upset so much as confused. I mean, I don't want to say I was excited or I was like happy, like, ooh, yay, I'm having a baby and I'm 17. I was happy in a way, like, I don't know, I guess it was like a natural, like, motherly instinct, like, happy, like, there's a baby growing inside me. Um, but like I said, it wasn't like, yay, I'm having a baby at 17. Um, I did cry. I cried for like 2 seconds. But literally, the second I saw that second line show up on that test, I changed my life forever. Um, no more parties, no more. It's the second, like, literally, not even 2 whole seconds after I saw the second line, and he's just like, I'm grown up now. No more games, no more fooling around. It's just how it was, and I know that's not how it is for a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to have a baby, adoption, abortion, or, I don't want to grow up right now, but I knew I had to do what I had to do to take care of the baby that was now growing inside me, regardless of how old I was, and that's just how it is. Um, yeah. I don't really know what else to say in this video. Um, I should say that I didn't get pregnant because I was whoring around. Um, I was with her father for a year and a half, or technically since he was the only person I'm with, even before we were like together dating. It was like 2 years, 2.5 years, something around there. Um, he was the only person I was sleeping with. So it's not like I was being a slut and I got pregnant because I was having sex with everybody. Oh. I don't regret having a baby. Like, if I had a time machine and I could go back in time to the month before I turned 17 when I got pregnant, I wouldn't. My conception date was actually Halloween, and, I wouldn't change it. I would not change it for anything. She is the best thing that's ever happened in my life, and I honestly believe that if I didn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be around. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I was still alive. Um, I was going through really hard times and just going through a bunch of stuff before I found out I was pregnant. And obviously I was still going through it after I found out, but life just got better after I got pregnant. Not because, and I'm not trying to encourage anyone like you're 17 and you're having a hard time, go get knocked up, your life's gonna get better. My life only got better because she changed me for the better. Like, I had her, I stopped drinking, I stopped hanging out with the wrong people, I stopped smoking, I just stopped everything negative I was doing. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Um, so I guess I'm gonna go. I might make another video or something after this. I don't know. I'm bored, and it's 12:42 at night. Um, well, bye, I guess.